And it's raining today. I'm actually surprised how long we went without the rain actually. It's been actually nice to capture all the blossoms and stuff like that. I guess, what did I read today? Lots of stuff about COVID it seems. Although, the first thing I read today, it talked about drones flying around stadiums, and I guess there will be drone detections in various places. This one says, a drone flew around the Ravens Stadium during a game. Now, drone detection is coming to Camden Yards for the Orioles season. And it basically talks about various incidents where, for some reason, especially during last year, there seemed to be more drones around baseball games and stuff like that. Maybe people are just bored. This one says, the discovery along with a growing number of such incidents in other cities prompted the stadium authority to sign a deal with Aerial Armor, an Arizona company that says it specializes in security solutions for drone intrusions. So there will be something installed in the area, and listen to this in terms of the price. It says the stadium authority, the landlord of the Orioles and Ravens, recently signed up for a 1-year subscription with Aerial Armor at a cost of $18,000. The company will install an antenna and provide a software license so the stadium authority can track any drones, according to Conaway. The system establishes a virtual perimeter and provides alerts when it is breached. Although it does make me wonder, what are you paying for in terms of a subscription service for $18,000 a year? Shouldn't you just get the software, the license to use it, and then that's it? Use your own resources, computers and all that? Kind of reminds me of some of those software programs where they charge you annual subscriptions where before you could just buy standalone. Or maybe their software phones home or something like that and they're providing a service in that sense, kind of like those cloud-based solutions, who knows, but they're coming. Makes me wonder how many false flags this thing could potentially get too. I'd be curious in that. Or at the same time, can it actually detect things like a homemade drone, which a lot of people actually do still. But to me in general, it's better to have stuff like this if you're that concerned about, I don't know, for some reason, even like a toy drone flying around the area. It's better than over-the-top regulations in my opinion. And what's with all the COVID news today? I guess the first one I read related to the Vancouver Canucks. Apparently there was an outbreak of sort. This one says the National Hockey League announced today that as a result of 2 Vancouver Canucks players and a member of the coaching staff being in the NHL's COVID protocols, the team's games have been postponed through Tuesday, April 6th. So that doesn't sound too bad. I guess a few people have it. But then with this update here, literally like a few minutes ago, it says, as of today, 25 individuals have tested positive and the source infection is confirmed a variant. Full genome sequencing by BCCDC will be required to determine which specific type. Among the 25 positive cases are 21 players, 3 players from taxi squad, and 4 members of staff. 1 additional player is considered a close contact. So I guess, yeah, the whole team is pretty much on a standstill because of this, I would assume anyways. And then jumping further east, I heard Ontario was having those shutdowns currently for a month or so, but now they're in a state of emergency and there's a stay-at-home order. This one says Ontario declares 3rd state of emergency, issuing a province-wide stay-at-home order. It says Premier Doug Ford announced on Wednesday that Ontario government is issuing a 4-week province-wide stay-at-home order starting Thursday as COVID-19 cases surge. Ford also announced that the government is expanding vaccine eligibility to all adult essential workers in hot spots in Toronto and Peel region, starting with education workers next week. That's crazy. It's almost like nothing's changed. Will we be getting, I guess, a repeat of these stay-at-home orders and shutdowns and stuff like that as well? Although we have technically those shutdowns for indoor places currently here in BC anyways, for restaurants and stuff like that and other types of businesses. It makes me wonder though, with things like vaccines and all that right now, you'd think everything should be calmed down with it. It actually makes me wonder, and I'm curious, if someone gets a vaccine, since it's a really light dose, like the whole point of it, so to speak, is supposed to encourage your body, I guess, to create antibodies or whatever. If you get the shot, would you technically considered as positive, if that makes sense? And then with all this talk about variants and stuff like that, technically you'd need a new vaccine, wouldn't you, for like variants? Oh, this whole thing is all confusing and all that. I guess it's that same question as before. What's the balance in terms of allowing people or enabling them to be able to do what they did while still being safe and vigilant, as opposed to just shutting everything down? Because I know a topic in regards to that is schools. A lot of people here say, well, shut it down, whereas health officials, they don't want to do that. I mean, you can imagine there, if all schools were shut down or whatever, all those kids had to stay home, now the parents can't go to work, that would just completely destroy everything in terms of how everyone works. And hey, looks like the rain stopped. Alright, see you guys later.